Shannon, what's going on here?
I was like Ty Lue. I left in the second quarter, too, because I wasn't feeling well. So I know how he was there. I was at home, Joy, watching this bull jive.
So we can't blame Ty for this?
No, can't blame. Okay. So we can't blame Kevin Love. We can't blame Ty Lue.
That's a good point.
First of all, Skip, how does Isaiah Thomas become the team spokesman? He's been playing for 1 month. He's been there for 6 months. He's not playing well, but he's the team spokesman. Skip, he says, now, second half, he was 0 for 8 in the second half.
No, wait, he was actually 0 for 8. He scored 11 points in the first quarter, and then he scored 0 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. He said, it seems like when I say this, I'm blaming somebody. Obviously, I got to play better, but there are no buts. That's the problem. You're not playing well, Isaiah. There is no but. I got to play. No. Skip, 43 points in the first quarter. And you scored 31 points in the second half?
It's impossible.
See, this is what happens. When you're making shots, Skip, you can get away with playing no defense because they're going to miss a bunch of shots. I mean, they were on fire. JR caught a ball. They almost threw it out of bounds, and he just turned and launched it. Swish. But what happens when you start missing shots and you're not playing defense? Now, guess what? What happened, what you did to them in the first quarter, they do to you in the third quarter. They hit 41. You're not playing defense. And it seems like, once we hit adversity, everybody goes their separate ways. What you mean when you hit adversity? They've been that way. They didn't want you there. LeBron wanted to try to work this thing out with Kyrie. And even if Kyrie wasn't going to be there, LeBron is probably thinking, and the other guy, why are we bringing a guy in that we don't know if and when he's going to play? And if he does play, he'll ever be that guy that we saw last year.
Yep.
Skip, oh my goodness. Isaiah Thomas is shooting 31%, 15% from threes. You think that stopped him from taking them? And he's going to talk about we got to dive on the floor, get loose balls. The only time Isaiah Thomas is on the floor is when he has the ball. He ain't diving on the floor. Isaiah Thomas has been the worst defender for the past 3 years, Skip. And now all of a sudden he's going to talk about defense is the reason why they're not winning. You don't play no defense. You had Jalen Smith. You had Marcus Smart. You had Rozier. You had all those guys that could cover for you.
Yep.
Now they don't have that. So now you really look bad. They look bad. As I say all that, LeBron, you can't do what you did in the second half, bro. That's a bad look. That's a bad look. I don't care if Dan Gilbert says I ain't moved nothing. I don't care if Dan Gilbert says as a matter of fact, I might bring on some more bad players.
Yep.
You can't do that, Bron. 0 points, zero rebounds, and the turnovers. I closed the turnover shop, Joy. I closed that shop.
Back open.
And he done went behind my back and opened it again.
Yep.
6 turnovers with 5 assists. No assists in the second half. And we saw he had an 11 turnover game. We saw he had an 8 turnover game. Come on, no, Bron. You better than that, bro. And he's 26, 8, and 8. That was a great numbers. But he's better than this, what he played last night. That's unacceptable. They got a roster full of bad guys. They got a roster full of guys that when it goes well, boy, that thing riding hot. Everybody that thing. But when they start going sideways.
No. Don't look at me. No. So, in all my years covering the National Basketball Association, I have never, ever seen anything like this.
No, I haven't either.
And I have been covering this league since my days at the Los Angeles Times back in the mid-1970s when I covered Kareem's Los Angeles Lakers right here in Los Angeles. I hark back to a quote from the founding father of my Dallas Cowboys, Tex Schramm, who always said, the national media wants to see us lose, but they don't want us to go away because everybody wants to love or hate the Dallas Cowboys. Right. And I don't want LeBron's team to go away. I have been consistently critical of LeBron James, but I don't want to see this happen because this appears unfixable to me.
Oh, yeah.
The signs are so bad that not 2 wheels have come off. It looks like all 4 wheels have come off.
And
right
the engine hit the dirt.
And the engine is just skidding along. It's not even, it's on the pavement right now. And I remind everybody, this happened against the team that entered the game 16-36, the Orlando Magic, a half game before the game, ahead of Atlanta for worst in the East, the Eastern Conference. That's how bad they are. And remember, the last time they played was January 18th at Cleveland. Remember that great night when, once again, LeBron and company blew a 23-point lead, and it went right down to the wire, and it was the only moment in the sun for Isaiah. Remember, that was the only night I thought, okay, maybe there's something going on here, because he had to make 2 late free throws with 11 seconds left to save the night.
Right.
And they barely survived. And they were ahead 67-47 at halftime of that game. And last night I'm watching Fox Ohio, and at halftime they threw a party, all the announcers, and they deserved to, because it looked like they'd flipped the switch.
Yeah.
Happy days are here again. They're back, because after the first quarter, they scored 43 in the first quarter. That, do the math on 4 times 43. What's that, 172? That, you're on the way to scoring 172 points. And then after that, they score 55 more points, including 9 in the fourth quarter.
9.
Yeah, and you know what was the biggest sort of shame of the night was? Of the 9 in the fourth quarter, 3 came early that tied the game in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you were checking this out, but Dwayne Wade accidentally banks in a 3-pointer. I don't know if we have this. This is an accidental bank from Dwayne, because he was kind of grinning as he went down the court. He was completely contested. That's just luck. I mean, it's just the bank was not opened. He just opened it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when you really have hit bottom. It took a luck shot to get you 3 of your 9 total points in the fourth quarter. Okay, so then down the stretch, something is wrong with LeBron. I don't know what it is. It's just really, really wrong. Either he is quitting on Dan Gilbert or the team is quitting on him, but he came back in the game. 10-10 left. They were just down 2, and he just is half-hearted, like he's just not into it. I don't get it. I've never seen him like this. Have you?
No.
Because he's lifeless. He's half-hearted. He's just like going through the motions. Like it's almost like he wants them to lose. Like he's not even trying, and he's certainly not trying on the defensive end.
Think about it, Skip. How are you normally if you blow a lead, you end up losing the game by like 3 or 4 points. Skip, you have a 21-point lead and you lose by 20. How?
It's hard to do, especially against a really bad team.
Yes.
It's just hard. And I'm going to throw this out. The leading scorer on the Orlando Magic is Aaron Gordon. He did not play last night.
No.
So that happened with no Aaron Gordon on. Are you kidding me, LeBron?
Jonathan Simmons looked like Anthony Davis.
He scored 0 in the second quarter, and then Jonathan Simmons scored 22 in the third quarter, and it was lights out. Like, what are you doing? They didn't guard him.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Tell me what Jay Crowder's doing.
Nothing. Isaiah Thomas is doing nothing.
D Rose.
I give you that.
0 for 7. D Rose 14 minutes.
And obviously, Kevin Love is out now. But
Kevin, yeah, I'm happy too. It ain't my fault.
Okay. Now, big picture. I step back. Is LeBron, in fact, still the best player on the planet? I don't think so, but you do.
I do.
Okay. If he is, I want to remind you that since Christmas, through these 19 games, he has the worst plus-minus in all of the NBA. Of 518 players, then some of this has to be on him. And for those who don't get plus-minus, it's just when you're on the floor, while you're in the game, what's the score? What's the differential in the score?
He's in the deficit.
Okay? He's way in the he's a minus 147 in the 19 games that he's been playing in since Christmas. What? And in the second half, he's also the worst at minus 131. And now, again, to frame this, if you look at the bottom 10 in plus minus, Isaiah's in there, Jay Crowder's in there, J.R. Smith is in there. So 3 of his teammates. So 4 Cavaliers are in the bottom 10.
In the bottom 10.
Okay, well that.
And you wonder why they're losing.
Okay, but here's what just blows my mind. For a while, I gave you this. They won 18 of 19 games in a stretch earlier this year. LeBron was definitely an MVP candidate.
Yes.
And for that stretch, he was 10th in the league in plus minus.
Right.
Okay, that'll work, right? Now he's fallen total season in plus minus. He's fallen all the way to 348th in the league out of 518. He's 340. That's for the whole season. This is the best player on the planet. And just to frame it again, the top players are Steph and Eric Gordon and Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler and James Harden. That's the top 5 in plus minus. And you say, okay, I get that. Yeah. You know, they're on good teams. So they're on the floor at enough times that their margin is going way up. Okay? So I look at through the 18 of 19 games, LeBron was plus 146. So he was on a crazy hot streak in there.
Just look at LeBron since January.
Okay.
What transpired in January? Santa Claus didn't come in December.
No.
He came in January and dropped off IT.
Well,
And IT, you remember last year? IT time where the clock ain't working in Cleveland.
That's the strangest thing to me is that when Isaiah is talking, he's talking about what we do.
and then
Shouldn't there be someone else who's been there a little longer?
Thank you.
Talking.
we're going to dig deeper into this, but some other quotes we didn't see there that I read in the game story this morning is he's taking shots at the coaching staff for not making adjustments. He said it's on them. They have to make adjustments.
Because the coaching staff isn't God. They can't make you taller.
Yeah.
That's the only adjustment they could make. Make him grow 6 inches.
But how dare you point fingers at the coaching staff?
It's more believable when Shannon says we.
Yeah. No, you know what? I give you that. That is true. But it's me, myself, and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
He is his
Did
solo
the
act.
Thunder make a statement last night? We'll discuss that next.